Hey everybody, welcome back to Landshark Garage. This episode, we're going to check out a new tool. Here we go. I get a package from Orion Motor Tech, and it's a caliper tool for squeezing your pistons and stuff in on your calipers. Said to go ahead and use it on this project. Bad part is, this thing's quite a ways away from becoming a project. First I have to get everything straightened out, make sure it's all good and things, so I did the right thing. I went down to the local parts store and I borrowed some cores from them so we can give this tool a little test run, see how it works. I don't do a ton of brakes. Most of my junk has drum brakes, but the disc brakes that I have done, I always, collapse the piston with a C-clamp or the little screw-in deal. Anyway, this 22-piece set that we got in is made to collapse the pistons and calipers so you can put them back in when they're on the car. I don't have a bunch of calipers laying around, so I went and grabbed some. This one's off of a late 2000s Buick. It's a rear. It's got the park brake built into it. 2007 and up Silverado rear dual piston. 3500 series Dodge dual piston. I don't know how this does with the dual piston. This one I just did because it's cool. 2006 C4500 Kodiak, 7500 Kodiak, and both the rear calipers on that are the same, and both of them were busted out like this. I'll guarantee you we probably won't be able to push that in. That's not the tool's fault. Them things expanded and busted and were unmaintained for a long time. And then I just pulled one of the calipers out of my part supply for my rear end project just so we could take a look at it. This is a 96 S10 ZX4. It's the higher, wider package. That's the reason I'm going with that rear end, because it's got disc brakes. It's an 8.5 inch rear end, and it's wider, so my tires will come out in my 49 wider. So we're going to be putting that on this winter, along with the motor. But so this is what the piston in that one looks like, and let's get this unboxed and take a look and see how it works. Jake's munching on leaves, dumb dog. Anyway, so yeah, James and I have chatted quite a few times since we did our last review, because we both kind of got a tool bug. 22-piece disc brake caliper set. Comes with these gloves. They're handy. Blow molded case. It's got a packing list, and then so everything in the kit's numbered or lettered, and then it's got a list to show you actually what vehicle it goes to. And these are your compressors. Imagine that must be your spreader. I'd read the instructions, but I'm not a big fan of that, as you guys know. Anyway, let's give it a shot and look at it. You'll see these. I'll pull one out here. Okay, this is, well, let's see what it is. Number 7. That's for some Hondas, Nissans and stuff. When you go to reset the piston on a caliper that has the parking brake built into it, you can't just push it back like a normal caliper. You'd put pressure on that, release the release the bleeder, push it back, and then you can put your pads and stuff in and put it back on. Since these are all cores, I'm anticipating problems if we do get, we'll see if we can get them to push back in, but I mean, the reason they're cores, because they were replaced because there was something going on with them. But if you release the bleeder, you can push that caliper piston back in, like on these. This one from the 96 is that way. You just take the pressure off of it. You don't even have to, on the vehicle, it'll push back into the master cylinder. You just have to watch so it doesn't leak out. But when you put pressure on that piston, it pushes back in, and then you can get your pads on. rear emergency brake calipers that use the caliper as emergency brake turn. So in order to push that piston back in, you have to turn it. They make little blocks you can stick in there and try and turn it. And they make kits like this. This is going to be a handy kit because it kind of covers everything. And I'm betting it's even got something to maybe not do both pistons on the dual piston. Maybe it will. You might have to modify it for a dual piston. Single piston for sure. But you just find which one of these little pucks you need, for the lack of a better word, and then you can just make it work. You don't have to have the instructions because it's kind of easy to figure it out, I would think. Well, let's see. This one says 1-pin disc for General Motors, number 8. So number 1 down on the bottom. There's 9. This is good. You can watch Todd count. Stop. Number 8 is right here. So pop that out of there. Anyway. So yeah, number 8 was right there. That's the 1-pin GM. It's just got a pin on it and it's flat. So I take it, it's made to press against that piston just like that. By the looks of it. Here's another one. Same thing. Bigger. You know, that would fit. Just to push that back, you're pushing against it. I'll keep this one out. As you look at these, you'll see these pins are different configurations. So like this is a Nissan one. It's got 4 pins on it. If you look at that piston, it's got 2 divots in it that you have to get your puck or whatever they want to call it to lay in there. So this number 4 is the GM one. Alright. You take out your spreader. That drops over those pins. Oh, this is magnetic. So it grabs a hold of it. And then you'd put that in. It would drop into here and you'd turn it, okay? But there's nothing to put the tension on there. So you use this backing plate and it drops over that. And that does the same thing as some of the spreaders that you put in and they ratchet. It'll push against this side of the caliper and it should turn that back in. To me, it looks like it's already turned all the way back in. But we'll see if I can get this to drop down in there. I don't think I'm going to be able to. So I'll take that off. Maybe I could use this one. There's another piece in there that probably will work, I would bet. All right, so on this Buick caliper, it's got the bracket on it already, so you can't really push back against that. So like you would put this into here and then have your piece down inside of there to push back against. But with the bracket in there, you don't get to drop it down in. So I'm trying to figure out a way to put that in there. Yep, there's got to be a way to do that. Because all you would do is put this in and you can see it turning. right, so I've got that number 4 on for the Buick, the end for it, and this is easy enough that I don't even really need that plate, but you'd have the bracket off to screw the plate back in. I'm not going to take the bracket off because it's got a broken bolt right here. Probably part of the reason that it's a core, but it's light enough that I can screw this back in. If you just watch this piston, once you got this anchored with this piece, then you just turn it and it spins that caliper piston back into the caliper so that you can put your pads in it. And you usually do that until it bottoms out. Okay. So that would be ready to be reinstalled now. And then you've got 2 of these thrust bolts, they call them, because on the left hand side it's going to turn the opposite direction, so you have to have righty tighty, lefty tighty. So it's a pretty nice kit. Actually, I found this in there. This is a 3/8 end that doesn't go on there, but it will hook into any of these, and you can just run them on a ratchet if you need to. So you'd take that one that we were using on the Buick, it would drop right in there, and then you could run it in with a ratchet if you needed to. So it does have some options. There's a number 3, which is actually for a Alfa Romeo or some other import, but it's got steps in it. So when that one mounts, the magnet catches it and it sits on there. As long as I take this end off. It drops in there and the magnet catches it, and you can just push against the piston with that. Same principle up here with all these bigger type pistons. This drops in with that pin to the back, and it's just flat surface that'll push against it. We're going to try it on these 2 here and see how that works. I'm not sure how you get them both to go in. I don't know if that's if they have to. I would think they'd go in equally, but you might be able to just push down on the front. This might be the case where you'd have to have a brake pad to push against it to get it to go back. But if you've ever had to do disc brakes, if you don't get them pistons back where they belong, you don't get your brakes on, especially if you're putting on new brakes, new rotors, new calipers, everything new, everything's fresh and tight, and you have to work it a little bit. So let's see if we can do this Ram one. That one looks like it's pretty accessible. I'll show you that one from that. This guy didn't plug his, but look how busted that piston is. And he said the other one was worse. And they're like they're swelled in there. They're solid as a rock. All right, so once you have that set on there, you can see what I was talking about. This will put the tension against there. That should push the piston down in there if it's going to go down. How's that sound? Get a wrench to hold that. Pretty sure these aren't designed to be used with air or impact tools, but I'm betting there's people out there that do. That's pushing it right back down in there. This is a lot easier than the old C-clamp method. And it looks like you can do 2 different ones. Guys that do brake work on a daily basis, I can't imagine that they wouldn't want something like this to make it easier, especially with all the different models and makes that you have. As far as all these different pucks go, you know, you're using, there's 9 or 10 different configurations there. Some of them have 4 pins, some have 3 pins. Some of the pucks, the pins are bigger. I have seen some that are like square, but these will fit into the square holes, I take it, because the one I used on that Buick, let me show you the Buick one. It's just 2 triangles cut in it, and I just had to find the pin that fell in there and screwed it back in. So all in all, pretty cool tool. Yep, that works. That works slick. So 22 piece Orion Motor Tech disc brake caliper tool set. I know they're available on Amazon. You can buy them online. You can buy them right from Orion Motor Tech. Handy deal. Looks like a good quality piece of equipment. And I'm going to make good use of it when I start working on that rear end, which isn't going to be long. Hey, thanks to James at OMT sending this out for me to try out. Really appreciate it. Appreciate all our followers. If you haven't liked and subscribed, go ahead. If you got comments on this tool or other ways of doing calipers, put them down in the comments below. That'd be great. Like and subscribe. Never forget, drive your shit. We'll see ya.